Hello again, I'm Lynn Bowie. It is 9 o'clock and we'll get to Maury in a moment, but first take a look at traffic outside. The roads have been a mess this morning. WJZ has team coverage of this winter storm, and we start with Tim.
Well, certainly the crews, Lynn, have done as much as they can do to keep up with this, but this, of course, we're still riding a storm that started here yesterday morning, and the snow that's on the ground is still on the ground now. You add to that this wintry mix of sleet and some freezing rain. So what we have here right now, we're in this in between of the first and the second portion of the system. So the sleet, freezing rain, this is creating a bit of a glaze over top of the snow. You start to move out toward Carroll County, Westminster, Frederick, out toward Washington County. You start to see it transitioning again back into the colder air where it's snow again, and then rain down on the lower eastern shore where the temperatures are sitting very close to about 40 degrees. So as a result of all of this mix, the advisories are all over the place, really. The times are being extended almost county to county, and we're talking about basically a winter storm warning in effect for the top part of the state and a winter weather advisory for most of central Maryland, the lower eastern shore, and over on the western side of our metro area. Marty, we've been looking at this. It's just been playing out, and we're going to go through a few transitions before it's all said and done.
Yes, we are. But as you just mentioned, we're starting to see county by county subtle changes in when an advisory is going to end or when a warning is going to end. The warnings, for the most part, now midnight tonight, bumped it up a little bit instead of 6 a.m. Some of these advisories linger on through the morning hours tomorrow. In other words, what we're seeing now is some discussion of how intense will the afternoon be. Low pressure, we've watched it form over Ocean City. We've watched energy transfer from inland to offshore over Ocean City. It's now off the coast, and it's going to be bringing down energy from the north. Remember, you're going to have all this, these clouds, all this moisture banding around that low coming in out of the northwest. There's the low right there, right over the watermark. We've been watching. It's been fascinating all morning. Another angle to this is the winds are really going to amp up. So we could have wind-blown snow as we move through this afternoon. Generally speaking, we're still looking for an 8 to 12 accumulation, then southeast 4 to 8, 2 to 4, and a trace. Some of this will be tapped down because of sleet and freezing rain on it, but it's not impossible. Instead of seeing 5-6 inches of snow come our way, it could be a 2 to 5 in some locations. Those winds could gust 35 miles an hour for the record. We'll call it a high of 35 overnight. Still windy snow. Northerly winds 12 to 25 with an occasional gust of 30 or higher. 30 degrees will be your low. Traffic's been a problem all morning long because of 3-4 hours of freezing rain in the area. Kristy, you take it away.
Well, Marty, let's keep it simple. If you don't have to travel, don't. If you do, leave early. The problems are never ending. Now, behind me, you'll see Bel Air Road. Luckily, the crash there has just cleared. Let's get to those accidents. If you're traveling around the top side of the outer loop, we do have a crash there at Reisterstown Road, blocking the right lane and the right shoulder. And like I said, these accidents just keep coming in one after another. 29 northbound at Shaker Drive, that's a new one. 175 westbound at 95. Southbound 295 at 197. Northbound 97 at Crane Highway. Then we jump back over to Baltimore City, southbound on the Jones Falls Expressway, an accident there at Northern Parkway, and we have a second one northbound on the Jones Falls Expressway at Ruxton Road. So those roads are treacherous. Please leave early and take it easy. Lynn, back to you.
Kristy, thank you. Our team coverage continues with Annie Rose Ramos, who's live in Federal Hill with a good look at a main road and a side road. Annie Rose?
Hey, Lynn, this freezing rain is continuing to come down here in the city, and as people wake up and start to shovel themselves out on these secondary roads, I want to give you a look at the sidewalks. And this is where, as Marty mentioned, that glaze, that sheen is beginning to build up on the side of the road, making everything a sheet of ice as the rain continues to come down. So you want to be super careful as you head out this morning. For now, reporting live, I'm Annie Rose Ramos for WJZ.
Annie Rose, thank you. Let's get to Sean Streicher, who is now live in Towson. Sean.
Yeah, well, it's a similar situation to where Annie Rose is. Joppa Road still has a good amount of slush on it. York Road is a more popular road. That's pretty much clear heading north and south, as is the case with the highways, 695 and I-83. That's not to say they're without incident. Take a look at this video we shot. on the hood. The fire department did respond. We don't have word on the driver's condition. Now, this is just one of the hundreds of accidents that were reported by the Highway Administration.
State Highway, our first responders responded to more than 400 crashes in the last 24 hours, including a significant in the early hours this morning. So really, we're urging folks, if they can, stay off the road.
Then that's not saying that the road crews haven't been working. They have. They've been working around the clock since this past weekend. It's still best to take it slow if you have to head out on the roadways. Reporting in Towson, Sean Streicher for WJZ.
WJZ is your winter weather connection with the most experienced weather team in town. Download the WJZ app for updated forecasts and information anytime.